Hiya, it's Shania, and I have something to say. Okay, so today's topic is some revision motivation for everyone out there who's revising for GCSEs or A levels or degrees or whatever it is that you're revising for. Also, don't watch these things. What had happened was I put them down, but they just weren't looking correct. You know how only certain people can pull off a middle parting? So that's basically what it looked like, and it was just I just looked really eggy. I look like one egg with like I'm not even going to show you what I look like. I recorded a whole video and deleted it because right now, the way the world currently is, you've got students with degrees who are in jobs that don't need degrees. You've got students with degrees who are in no jobs at all. You've got World War III on the doorstep. You've got people who never set foot in a place of education living their best life, okay? Meanwhile, I'm afraid to go to Sainsbury's for 5 minutes in case I jeopardize my whole degree, okay? So that's where I am right now. And I'm just thinking, is it really worth it? Like, I'm just looking at all the exams that have to come, and I'm just like, that's honestly how I feel. I just feel like sigh, like, why am I here? Why am I doing this to myself? Honestly. So yeah, what I have today, these are the thoughts that kind of have brought me to decide to encourage others, you know, that we can get through this, we can do this, because do you know what? Let me inspect my notes, yeah? Right, people who are doing degrees, if you're in first year, second year, third year, fourth year, whatever year you are in right now, okay, you've come this far. So, I mean, unless your degree is genuinely like destroying your life, like, no, I mean that very seriously, like, unless your degree, like, you actually can't do it anymore, like, it is not bringing any joy, optimism, motivation, whatever to your life whatsoever, then okay, I will allow you. But to everyone else who's, you know, started this degree and you still want to do it, but you're just like, is it worth it, isn't it worth it? All right, let's put this into perspective. The debt is already there. SFE have already sent you monies. You've already accumulated a debt. So now that you've started, you might as well finish, and you might as well get a degree in the same time, okay? So get your degree, get your debt, and then on top of that, if you're going to get a degree, you might as well try hard and get a good degree. Get your first, get your 2-1, whatever. No, in first, we're getting first. Get your first, okay? Chase! The Holy Spirit already arrived. Now, this is my one... No, this isn't a tip. This is more motivation, okay? If you were to revise for 14 hours, 14 hours every day for the next 30 days, I said 5. For the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 30 days, then that accumulates to 4.8% of all the hours in the whole year. So 14 hours is a bit of a stretch, but I mean, it's not impossible. You can definitely do it. So anyway, yeah, if you were to revise for that long every day, 4.8% of the whole year. So I believe you can do it. What's 4.8% to come out at the end of the revision period, have your grades, and you're genuinely happy with them, and you know you put in the best time that you could. Especially, right, listen, this is another thing to watch out for. If you're like me and you have an afternoon exam, and when you come back from that exam, you're like, oh, okay, I've done work for today, like, as in the exam was work. I've done work, I'm going to rest, and knowing full well that in 2 days' time you have another exam. Okay, what is rest? It's not, you don't need it. You better start revising for that exam that's in 2 days, okay? Because when that exam comes and you're sitting there saying, no, when the night before the exam, and you're looking at how you have a whole two more like topics within a module to revise, yeah, and you're like, man, I could have got through those if I started on the other day, the day after the evening of that exam that you did before. And you know that if you had those 5 hours there to revise those two. It's either 5 hours of revision or lose 5 hours of sleep. Yeah, both of those are not, it's not a good situation to be in, because you'll wake up the next day and you'll either miss your exam because you're tired, or you'll be too tired to even concentrate in the exam. Don't do it to yourself. Make every minute count and just revise. Another thing to do is get an app. I have this app called Cram, and so it's on Apple, Android, computer. You can go on the website and all of that. So it just means that if like, it's just kind of, it means that it's everywhere with you. Your revision is everywhere. So if you're a person who's working, like as in you've got a job and you're revising at the same time, which I mean, personally, do you know what, each to their own. I'm not even going to say anything. So if you're a person who's working while they're revising, during the revision period, I should say, it means like, okay, if you're on a bus and like say your journey to and from work is 30 minutes each time, in that 30 minutes you could be sitting on the bus with your revision material, flashcards on your phone, and go through them and test yourself. And it's like just little things like that can really help you in an exam, because it means that even if you think you know the stuff, it's best to know it like off the top of your head than to have to think about it and save yourself an extra minute or two in the exam. Like every minute counts in the exam, every minute counts in revision. So just make the most of all the time that you have. I feel a little bit like a hypocrite right now, because I know I'm not making the most of my time. I'm actually a shambles. But yes, so my revision motivation to everyone who's studying, even if you're studying GCSEs, A-levels, your degree, whatever it is just to keep going. There was a reason you started, so always have that reason in your head. Even if, okay, maybe your reason might be your parents forced you, but I mean, now that you're here, you might as well try and do it the best that you can. And I mean, if you do your best and your best isn't good enough, then, well, good enough in your eyes or good enough in society's eyes, then I mean, at least you know. But if you don't even try, or if you give up before you even start, then like, you didn't really give yourself the best chance. You need to give yourself the best chance at everything. Yeah, so everyone who's like struggling to see the point in what you're doing, it's okay. There will be a time where you will be so happy that you got this piece of education. Okay, you just, it will make everything will feel better. She says, she hopes. Another thing I want to say is just to the people doing GCSEs, A-levels, or even just end of year tests, that what you're doing is a stepping stone right now. And even though it might seem useless to you, like, it's what you need to get to the next stage. Like, think of it as the key, and the harder you try, the more likely you are to get the master key, which unlocks the door to everything. Okay, so I mean, unless like you want to do something that doesn't really need like GCSEs and A-levels specifically, but at the same time, like, do it, whatever you're doing, do it well. So but yeah, just keep doing it. I believe in you. You got this. Yes, and I'll see you on the next video. So keep going. And why are you even still watching this video? You should be gone by now. Go away. Go and do your revision. Go and do your revision. Leave now. Are you leaving? Okay, thank you. Goodbye. All right.